A clash of two atmospheric forces will set the stage for a tumultuous week of severe weather. We're going to break down all the very latest data, tell you exactly what you need to know as we head through your weekend and into the upcoming week. Welcome into the internet's only weather show that counts every single severe weather report. And we counted over 100 yesterday. We're going to be stacking a lot more of those totals come next week. We're going to get into all those details here in just a second. But right now we still have 13,000 people plus without power in the state of Ohio due to the severe weather that was out there yesterday. You can see those reports clustered in here from central Indiana, Illinois, all the way through central Indiana and north central Ohio. Even have a little report of hail back here south of Pittsburgh. Mount Etna, Indiana wins the hail contest with 2 3/4 inch diameter hailstones that fell there. Would not want to see that fall on my house. Fortunately, we did not see any tornadoes, but we did see trees down, power lines down, as you saw in the power report, and of course, a couple of roofs blown off of houses and other debris blown around. But 112 severe weather reports occurred yesterday. And look at this, the bulk of the severe weather occurred right where the SPC outlined the level 3 enhanced risk. They did a very, very good job, so golf clap for the SPC. South of this, we didn't have enough instability by the time the thunderstorms moved in, and west of there, we saw a cap in the atmosphere. Talked about that yesterday and did not see any severe weather occur there. So that's your severe weather roundup. Now we're going to take a look at the alerts and look at what's coming as we head through the weekend and into next week. All right, if you're new to the channel and haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do and turn those notifications on. I record a video every single day to make sure you know about any imminent weather threats as well as what to expect as we go through the next week or two so that you know how to plan and stay ahead of the weather. Like the content, leave a comment, let me know where you're commenting from. Anything I can be in prayer about, please put it down in the comment section so I can support you. Thank you to Chatty Kitty who made another donation, and to all of our members. If you want to be a member, there are 4 levels. You can sign up by hitting the join button and join the team. Now, we're going to take a look at the alert map, and most of our alerts are wind and fire weather alerts. We've got high wind warnings down in Texas and New Mexico. Could see gusts in the 60s down here. Fire weather extends all the way up into the Twin Cities. These are fire weather watch. You see that expires tomorrow. Very dry conditions out here and some gusty winds in the plains. Back into the southeast, we're looking at fire weather concerns tomorrow where it's dry. Got a big cold front coming through. It's going to lower those dew points and bring in some chilly weather. Most of Kentucky, southern Indiana, southern Illinois, looking at freeze warnings up for tonight and some flood warnings from Pennsylvania around Pittsburgh back into eastern Ohio from heavy rain that occurred. Now I'm going to silence these alerts and we'll take a look at our satellite image, and I'll put this into motion. You can see the cloud movement from west to east across the center of the country. Out below that, down to the south of that, to the north of that, pretty fair conditions except for the Midwest. We're seeing a few clouds work in from Fargo back toward the Twin Cities and northern Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, maybe clipping the Puget Sound area up here. But other than that, a pretty nice day across much of the United States. Taking a look at the radar, not a lot of activity going on out there today. A few showers up to the north, some snow showers up there, and then back through Missouri, southern Indiana, up toward Louisville, Kentucky, Charleston, West Virginia, and into DC, Baltimore, and over toward northern Delaware, Atlantic City. We're looking at some showers along that front. Those will move generally west to east and push south through the course of the day. Not going to bring a ton of heavy rain or severe weather today, but certainly could see some much needed rainfall. If we take a look at how that will play out over the course of the day, we'll go ahead and put this into motion. And I'll stop it right here. This is 11 a.m. today, looking at showers stretching through northern Virginia back into pretty much those same areas as that front's going to be very slow to move to the south. I'm going to roll this along through the course of the afternoon. We get on in here toward 5 and 6 o'clock. We're looking at Virginia picking up some rain, so kind of a wet commute through the lower mid-Atlantic, back into parts of the Tennessee Valley, back in and around Dallas. Nothing happening in the desert Southwest. I know you're covered up with this graphic, but there's nothing going on out there except hot, hot weather. We get into the evening hours and start to get around 8, 9 o'clock. We're looking at showers working through North Carolina now, again back in through Little Rock and toward Dallas and northern Texas. And everything will move through, of course, the evening hours and dissipate as we approach 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Not really looking at a whole lot going on except here in south central Texas. We could still see a few showers around and a couple of showers and snow showers across the north. And that's pretty much what's going on. That will dissipate through the course of the weekend. We'll see a couple of more lobes of energy work over the top of the heat ridge out west. And then we're going to see a pattern change as we get on in toward later into the weekend and begin to approach early next week. All right, so I'm going to change this graphic for a second. I'm going to back this up. Now watch this. Look at these dew points. You can tell where that front is, right? Moist air to the south, drier air to the north. Now watch this as we put this into motion here. It is going to be a dry Saturday for much of the country. This afternoon into the evening hours tonight, overnight, look at that dry air just crashing all the way to the south. We are going to see some very, very dry conditions over much of the United States. You touch anything, you're going to get shocked. You know how that feels. What about wind? Wind gusting. Winds gusting this afternoon. We're going to see winds gusting into the 60s in Texas. Look at these winds come up in Texas as we get on in. This is this morning. And as we head toward midday, gusting winds in Oklahoma, Texas, back into New Mexico, gusting into the 50s and 60s. Where you see the blue, we're talking 30s and potentially gusts into the 40s or 2. Could see a gust up into the 40s, maybe 2. As we head through tomorrow, look at this. Big time wind here in the plains. I don't think we're going to see as high wind as this model is showing, but we're still going to see gusty winds into the plains, and that will spread into the Midwest as we head through tomorrow night and approach Sunday morning. Okay, so that's what our wind forecast is going to look like. And then last but not least, just so you get a feel for how the temperature profile will play out. The freezing line is right in here in this where this darker purple sets up, and you can see that temperatures today will fall over much of the eastern U.S. as that cold front slips into the southern sections of the country through the afternoon and overnight. Look at those temperatures fall. By the time we get into 5 o'clock, look at this. Cool temperatures working into Virginia. Still going to be warm down here in. Look, as a matter of fact, check this out. This is kind of neat. I'm gonna put our slider right here, Northern Virginia. Okay, this is. I'm going to set this up to 12 o'clock today. It's 64 degrees at 12 o'clock here in Northern Virginia. Look at this as we head along. 50 by the time we get into about 2, 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 50, 6, 7, 8. It's going to just continually cool, and you can see that cool air just push down. That's kind of a neat animation, I thought. So that is what is going on today and over the course of the weekend. It's just going to stay cool in the east, continuing to warm up in the west, and that regime will be in place for a few more days, but that will change, and I'm going to show you that change coming up right now. All right, I've zoomed this way out so that you can see. We're going to look at the flow pattern in the jet stream because that is going to set the stage for what happens as that flow changes. We get into next week. Right now, we're looking at the northern branch of the jet stream. You can see the bright colors across the northern tier. That's where the jet is, throttling up all the energy across the north. That's why it's been dry in the south. Southern branch of the jet stream's way down here. No help at all. So we're not getting any help from either jet stream if you're looking the central portion of the country to the south. Very hot in the southwest. This flow pattern persists through the weekend with a little troughing in the east, keeping us a little cooler than normal. But look what happens we get in next week. We start to see the southern branch poking into the western United States and the northern branch dipping in here too. So by the time we get into mid next week, we start to see a dip in the central portion of the country. That ridge is migrated off to the southeast, and now the flow pattern is coming up out of the southwest with energy all along in the flow. That is going to set up a clash of cool air to the north and very warm and moist air to the south. And when you get that in the springtime, my friends, that is when you start to see severe weather increase and increase a lot. And look at that trough. That trough sets up, we're going to get some big time relief in the southwest. Here in Mesquite, here in Colorado and places out in the desert southwest, you guys are going to cool down. It's going to get to, you're going to start to feel much better in terms of temperatures. Might even see some rain in those areas, and the flow just persists through the center of the country as we head on toward next weekend and beyond. Then things get a little murky as they typically do out in time. Take a look at the surface map. This is Saturday morning, so look at this. Very quiet for Saturday. Not going to see a whole lot of activity across the United States, with the exception maybe of some showers in Florida, a couple of snow showers in the Northeast. Sunday pretty quiet too, but then that high slips off. We get a return flow out of the Gulf, And of course, you know what happens when you get a return flow out of the Gulf of cold rain. We start to see some moisture increase, get a few showers in there, and by the time we get into mid next week, we're really going to see that return flow set up. Look at that Bermuda high sitting offshore. Here comes a storm system north of the Great Lakes, a little bit of cool air push behind that across the northern tier into Wednesday. But look at this, Tuesday into Wednesday. Now here's a caveat, you got to be aware of this, all right, especially in the southeast. This Bermuda high, you can't see it, it's off the screen, way out here, all right? If this migrates to the west just a little bit, it pushes all of this activity back here, back to the west. If it stays to the east or migrates to the east, then all of your rainfall in the east goes to the east, and you get a big drought busting pattern, at least for a couple of days. There are some discrepancies in the modeling. We're going to have to watch how this sets up. Earlier runs were keeping that Bermuda high more to the west, keeping our precipitation more to the west, but look what's happening now. We're getting some actual beneficial rains in the southeast. Some severe weather would be part of that because we've got a clash of air masses, and then we get on toward next weekend, more severe weather in the plains with return flow and plenty of energy moving aloft in those jet streams, the split flow that I showed you earlier, and that just continues. So we may have a full week where we have severe weather every day and some heavy rain where things train, and then we start to get a little bit murky out beyond 10 days as we expect. Looking at what happened yesterday, record highs were set, and the reason for that was this big ridge spreading to the east. But as we go on through the weekend, look at this big cold front coming through. It's going to bring some relief to the Ohio Valley into the upper southeast at least, and another ridge builds into the west temporarily, but that will slide east as we head through the week. Look at the core of the heat ridge by the time we get into Monday afternoon into Tuesday. That is going to push into the east and get a little bit of troughing out west. That pushes to the east as well, so it's sort of a variable pattern. But generally speaking, as we get on in toward next weekend, a trough sets up out west, big heat dome in the east. At the surface, that Bermuda high is going to add some moisture into that clashing of air masses, and we're going to see a big-time severe weather event probably set up if this pattern holds. The European ensemble is a little more stubborn with this heat ridge. The GFS ensemble wants to really push in a cold front by the time we get into late next weekend into Monday and cool the east off. So we'll have to see who wins that. See, the Europeans not quite as enthusiastic about it. The GFS, I'll just show you that. It's really blasting that cooled air through. You see how that comes in and just sort of blasts it out. The GFS itself is actually more enthusiastic than that. So that's what's going to happen with the temperature. It's going to be kind of a roller coaster with warmth shifting to the east with time. Temperatures as we head through the weekend. Today we're going to potentially set some records here in the southeast. 88 in Raleigh, 89 down in Charlotte, 89 in Columbia. So very, very warm in the southeast. May set a few records here in the southwest as well. Cool across the north as we get into the overnight hours tonight. Look at the, well, I skipped ahead. So freezing conditions on Sunday morning. Let's go back to tonight. Look at this, 20s in Kentucky, back through the northern plains, Midwest, very, very cold up in the northeast, and warm across the south as you would expect. We head out through the day tomorrow. Maximum temperatures are in the 50s where they were near 90 today, so it's going to hit like a ton of bricks tomorrow. Warm in Florida and still warm in the southern sections, especially the desert southwest, but that is going to abate as we get later into the week, but not before it builds back a little bit in the plains. So we're seeing 80s and 90s returning to the plains in Texas by the time we get into Sunday afternoon. So that's your weekend, my friends. Looking down the road, here is the 6 to 10 day temperature map. Above normal, with much above normal conditions expected in the east through parts of the Tennessee Valley and the upper southeast. Alaska, you are basically near normal. Hawaii, you're basically near to above normal, and you're up near normal, maybe even a little bit below out in the west. 6 to 10 day precipitation. Strongest signal for precipitation is out here in the plains, Mississippi Valley, up into the Great Lakes and back over into the Four Corners region. Hawaii and Alaska looking to be mostly above and near normal in the southeast. That could shift, though, as we see that Bermuda high flex and diminish. What about hazards over the next 3 to 7 days? All right, heavy rain, again, is possible up here from 3:31 to 4:01, so watch out for that as we turn the page on March. And then down the road, 8 to 14 day hazards, April 3rd through April the 9th, we're looking at wind being a big problem in the plains, back into the Four Corners, with heavy rain along the mid-Mississippi Valley, and that is a moderate risk, or a slight risk at this time, Marginal risk is around that. Okay, so we're watching plenty of opportunities for rain to return, and along with severe weather back into the nation's midsection, potentially even into the eastern section of the country, with a cool down with time out west. All right, that's your Friday forecast. Last couple things here, sunspots. We're seeing a growing number of sunspots on the sun. A couple of these look even complex, or with more complexity as they turn in positive and negative charges kind of right next to each other. So we're gonna have to watch these sunspots as they turn on and face the disk. But right now, nothing going off except an earthquake east of Japan, a 6.5 out here. This is Japan. There's Tokyo down there, Sapporo up here, and there is the earthquake. So hopefully nothing too bad going on out there. We'll just watch and see. More shaking here in around Mexico. We saw a 5.1 yesterday, a 4.0, looks like an aftershock, and there's a little tiny little earthquake that happened, maybe a 2.1 in California. All right, so that's what's happening there. Volcano Friday. Not much going on around the Pacific Ring of Fire, so we're not seeing any threats to the United States right now. Just a couple of on watch and advisory out here in the Aleutians. All right, so that is the forecast, my friends. Don't forget about that April Fool's pink moon that is coming. That is a full moon on April the 1st. And that, my friends, is the show for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful Friday and a great start to your weekend. Do something fun this weekend. Get out. It's going to be a nice weekend for much of the country. A little hot in the southwest, but by and large, any outdoor activities you have planned, you're just going to have to fight pollen for the most part. So keep your mask on if you're allergic, and take your Zysol or whatever else you take. But in any event, my friends, take care. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back again with another video soon. God bless.